field back in the day. Guess I'm showing my age, huh?
I guess so. So, but it's going to take care. We've got your keys to the game for you coming up next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Keys to the Game on KJFM. Sponsored by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate in Louisiana.
So as we're watching Pleasant Hill warm up in the field, Jim, I think at this point it's safe to say one of the biggest keys to the game is making good throws.
Yeah, warm-ups don't mean a whole lot really in terms of the game, but what it can do is give the opponent either a little confidence or a little fear. And Western came out here and it was just clean. Infield was bing, bang, bong, right on the money, around the horn. Nobody kicked the ball around. Now Pleasant Hill maybe a little more lackadaisical, if you will. So
well, we mentioned that Pleasant Hill's a young team.
They are not a senior in the starting lineup, so their big year is probably going to be next year, even though they've got a 17-5 record this year. They haven't done too shabby, right?
That's right. And
so it'll be, the wind's going to affect the ball a little bit. It's a little closer than baseball, so maybe not as much as it would in a baseball game. So throwing strikes is going to be a key to this game. And then, of course, playing clean in the field, also very important. Both teams have gaudy team batting averages, and a lot of players that hit over 300. So it would seem that there's going to be quite a few balls in play. And as we mentioned early on, if you hit a regular fly ball to left field, chances are it's going to blow out, and those cars out there may be sorry they're parked there.
It's funny that you said that, because I sit here thinking there's probably a bunch of vehicles out there now that may want to go consider moving.
Yeah, they're in the danger zone for sure.
They are. I do like these two diamonds here, the softball diamond and the baseball diamond, because you can park out in the outfield and sit and watch a game.
Right. I think I don't know if you were doing the Pleasant Hill, Louisiana boys game.
I was in the rain.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of that, and somebody was sitting in center field when it started raining and turned their car and their headlights were on.
And they didn't say anything to them.
I know, it's crazy.
It was crazy. So.
And it was right kind of in center field. I was like, oh, my.
Yep, it was definitely a little bit different. So that's going to take care of our keys to the game. We got your starting lineup first pitch next year on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Castile's Color Wheel, PJ's Salon, and Meyer Implement Company.
Hi, this is Amy at Community State Bank of Missouri. Did you know we offer health savings accounts? If you have a high-deductible health plan, you may qualify for a health savings account. HSAs are designed to help you save your money to help pay your deductible. Talk to your employer about our health savings account and let them know you want to keep your money right here at home. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
I'm Tylee Mills, the CEO of Pike County Memorial Hospital. You've heard it from your friends, family, and even neighbors. They choose Pike County Memorial Hospital. Quality care from quality people. Pike County Memorial Hospital.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
Well, Jim, I'm kind of trying to figure out what we're doing out here as we haven't had the meeting at the plate yet with the umpires.
And they're here.
Oh, it looks like maybe they're doing their senior nights beforehand. So they have one senior they're going to recognize.
One senior, yeah.
Meyer Mowen is who they're recognizing. Katie.
Haley,
excuse me.
the only senior. So
they're doing that.
So that tells you how young they are.
Yeah.
Well, how many players they have on the roster? 13 and one senior. So,
yep.
So everybody, 12 people back. That's a pretty good start for your season.
And you're
next
what,
year.
17-5 on the season.
Right.
That's a pretty good record.
Right.
You know, even if the season ended right now, that's a great way to head into next year.
It's been a good season, you betcha.
Yeah. So now they're going to head down plate for the meetings, and while they do that, let's run down our starting lineup, sir.
Yeah, let's take a look at Pleasant Hill, the home team, 17-5, coached by Ryan Lowe. Leading off number 1 and pitching, Ava Wombles. She's a junior. Batting second, playing shortstop, number 21, a junior, Hannah Hill. In center field, batting third, number 22, a junior, Jade Peebles. Batting cleanup at third base, number 19, also a junior, Kaylee Van Streen. Batting fifth, behind the plate, number 33, a sophomore, McKenna Winchell. At first base, number 3, a junior, McKinley Lowe. Playing second base is number 20, Madison Daniels. She's a junior. And in left field, Emma Henderson wears number 12. She's a junior. And in right field and batting ninth, number 14 is Maddie Sidwell. She's a sophomore. So it'll be Wombles, Hill, Peebles, Van Streen, Winchell, Lowe, Daniels, Henderson, and Sidwell for the Pleasant Hill Wolves. And I mentioned when I walked up, they've got awesome looking tops.
They do.
Blue with yellow pinstripes and yellow and white and lettering and numbers. So quite a nice looking uniform. For the Western Wildcats, very Western. Is that appropriate as well as they co-op? Interestingly enough, these teams co-op in girls basketball. So they have a intimate relationship with each other from basketball. So this could be an interesting battle. 12-5-1 is the record for the Western Wildcats. Leading off for them is number 24 and playing at short, Skylar Boehner. Batting second, number 40 in left field, Carly Colgrove. Batting third at third base, number 8, Rachel McMullen. Batting cleanup, number 99, she plays second base, Brunley McQuay. In the 5-hole is the first baseman, number 5, Brooklyn Stolte. Behind the plate will be number 10, Cody Nelson. The DP today is number 12, Emma Dixon. In the 8th spot, out of the right field position, number 16 is Lauren White. And batting ninth and playing center field is number 11, Paige Wombles. And Faith Lynch, number 3, is your flex player, and she will also pitch. So it'll be Boehner, Colgrove, McMullen, McQuay, Stolte, Nelson, Dixon, White, and Wombles for John Skirvin's Western Wildcats.
Well, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to Skylar Painter on Tuesday. I believe it is Tuesday, May 9th. She'll be signing her letter of intent to continue her softball career. She's playing, I think it's at, I think it's Cliff Bar. It's in Iowa.
Cliff Bar
University. It's in Iowa, and I may have that name. Messed up. Now, as soon as I thought I knew it, and then all of a sudden it came out, and I'm like, wait a minute. It is up, I believe, in Sioux Falls, Iowa. So she is headed up there. Congratulations to her for continuing that. We mentioned these two teams co-op in basketball, and between them they have several very good players, including both the Wombles girls received several postseason accolades. So one on each team. Bainter was another one of those ones that got a lot of time and acknowledgement during the basketball season as well. So we know both teams are chock full of athletes here. So let's hope that if the wind could just die down, we could really see what these two teams are made of.
Well, and you've heard a lot about the official shortage, and there was a national news article just yesterday about a coach attacking or being attacked by a parent, and the parent being arrested. It's a problem. It's a problem, and you see the two umpires today. I'm no spring chicken, and they're older than I am.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of that now. So for instance, what if those two guys retire?
Yeah.
Who do you have umpiring this game? So if you're interested in really calling balls and strikes instead of doing it from the stands, sign up, baby.
There you go. And we are ready for our first batter as Bankter steps in. Jim's got the call for you.
Boehner hitting .464. She's got 20 RBIs on the season. Both pitchers throw with some velocity. Womble's a 3.06 ERA, and the first pitch is fouled straight back. 4 strikes. She struck out 10 and only walked struck out 30, I should say, and only walked 16. So a pretty good strikeout to walk ratio, especially as her number 2 pitcher, which is interesting, right?
That is. I tell you what, both teams, like I said, chock full of talent.
The 0-1 pitch is lined up the middle for a base hit. So Boehner starts things off with a bang for Western with a shot straight up the middle. And just like that, Western has things rolling. Batting second is Carly Colgrove. She hits .250. She'll be followed by McMullen, and in the hole will be Brunley McQuay. Also a right-handed batter. Womble's the right-handed hurler. And she squares around the bunt, pulls it back, and the drop ball is high and out of the zone for ball 1.
So we mentioned Western is number 2 in this Havana Regionals and postseason. Pleasant Hill number 2, Western number 3. So that tells you how close these two are when it comes to the competition.
Yeah, and I didn't get a chance to talk to the Pleasant Hill coach Lowe, but I did talk to the Western coach as the next pitch is fouled off the end of the bat, cued down the first baseline and foul. He had a little edge in his voice about wanting to win this game.
I bet so. And I wasn't too happy that they dropped the first matchup between the two.
I got that impression when he mentioned it. Next pitch is outside and gets away from the catcher. The runner will advance on a wild pitch. So a runner in scoring position for Western here in the first inning. You know, I drove over here thinking we'd have quite the pitcher's duel with the 2 number 1s. Now we got the 2 number 2s, so who knows what's going to happen. I know you all have had some wild games.
We definitely have.
Over on this side of the river.
They've been fun, that's for sure.
The next pitch is up and out of the zone as Colgrove squared around, pulled it back in time, and it's 3-1. So Wobbles, who's only walked 16 all season, she's got to put one over the plate now.
Van Streen moves in over on third. Ready to charge her. She lays down that bunt.
And there's a ground ball to short. Hill picks it up, throws across the diamond, and out at first, and the runner goes to third on the infield out. 6-3 for the first out, and nearly pulled the first baseman off, but to no avail.
McKinley Lowe did a nice stretch there. Was able to hold.
Yeah, that'll bring in Rachel McMullen with a runner out there at third and less than 2 outs. So a chance for a RBI here for McMullen. She's the third baseman. Wombles takes a long look this time, and it's a strike at the knees.
You may not have to call the strikes. We have an umpire behind there. It's kind of vocal.
Yeah, you got to
We'll take it.
You got to like it, right?
I do. There's no question.
We're in the first. If you're just joining us at Pleasant Hill City Park, Jim Ross, Marianne Everhart. Next pitch is a drop ball high. Evens the count at 1-1. Western will be in action on Monday as they'll travel to North Green for a game. Played Rushville last night, won that game 2-1. Next pitch off the outside just a bit with a drop ball, and it's 2-1.
Patience, it seems to be the key today for the Lady Wildcats.
Pretty decent velocity for Wombles, yeah. You've seen a lot of the softball over here. How's she compared to everyone else?
Well, you know, again, both teams have had, I shouldn't say ups and downs because every team has ups and downs, but I haven't got to see Western play quite as much as I have a couple of the others. But each time we see her play, she's done a nice job.
As you could tell by the umpire, the 1-2-1 pitch was a strike. Now the pitch is nubbed off. They're going to be a play at the plate, and they get her at the plate. Wombles to Winchell, 1-2. Saves a run and the second out of the inning as McMullen will reach on the fielder's choice. And that'll bring in Brunley McQuay. McQuay hitting .451.
I tell you what, don't know that I can tell you that I know many baseball players or softball players that wear number 99.
Yeah, you don't see that often. We had a 0-0 in the baseball game the other day, too. Western hitting .304 as a team. As McQuay takes a strike, she is second in hitting for Western behind Boehner's .464.
She's definitely knocked a couple of them across the fence this season. It was not unusual for us to see her name on the score line.
The next pitch is high out of the zone, high drop ball. She was throwing a few rise balls in warm-ups. I haven't seen that pitch yet so far, mostly all drop balls.
And she's making a secret.
I guess the modern day people just call that a fastball. Maddie would call it a fastball, I'm pretty sure. I'm an old guy. We called them drop balls. There's a little off-speed pitch that time down in the zone. And in the dirt for ball 2. Makes it 2-1. 2 outs in the inning. McMullen at first for Western. Overcast day. Wind's starting to lay just a little bit maybe.
Be nice.
Still blowing out straight to left. Next pitch is a strike. Swing and a miss on an outside drop ball.
3 batters have been up, not counting obviously McQuay that's in the batter's box now. And all 3 have connected, so that could be a good sign for lots of hitting today.
2-2, 2 outs for McQuay, and she swings and pops it straight back and out of play, and will that make the creek?
Chasing. Yeah, kids chasing for the free popcorn. Or
they get free popcorn?
I don't know.
Man, they used to give that away.
Yeah, we used to get free snow cones.
I'm hungry enough. I might go chase one down for free popcorn.
The burgers that we're smelling on the grill smell awfully good.
Still 2-2. Wombles grabs some dirt and fires. That's an off-speed pitch in the dirt, and the runner will advance on the wild pitch. So a runner back in scoring position. Western in all black with red outline on their name and their numbers. Don't see all black uniforms all that often.
They kind of remind me of Bowling Greens this year.
They do. They do. Here's the full count pitch. It's fouled out and out of play off to the left this time. We'll do it again. No score here as we are just underway. Got started right on time, actually, about 4:32.
Yep.
Going to get an hour ahead on myself, huh?
All right.
And here comes the full count pitch, and it's down the middle and fouled off again off the end of the bat that time, McQuay. So she's being a tough out.
I guess that's probably why she sits in that cleanup spot.
That would probably be true. Stolte on deck for the Wildcats. They are 12-5-1 on the season. Here comes the 4th full count pitch, and it's down and a ball. Gets away now, throw to third. It goes into left field, but a nice backup by the left fielder, and it'll allow the runner to go to second, however. And so 2 runners in scoring position on a walk. And the first error of the game on the throw allows the runner to go to third. And so ducks on a pond for Brooklyn Stolte. That ball tailed on the catcher,
it did.
Winchell. Van Streen unable to corral it. So can Stolte drive in this 2 runs here in the first? First pitch is down for a ball. Got to put it in play somewhere. Seen a lot of that so far. The next pitch down and in as well.
I don't know if her release point's just off a little bit. She's kind of missed that mark in the zone here for the last couple pitches.
Womble's just a junior. The 0-2 pitch, it's down and in too. It hit her on the foot, actually. So the first hit batsman of the game, and bases are loaded. And that's going to warrant a visit from the Infield to Wombles.
Kind of work over where they're going to throw.
With the bases loaded.
Yeah, well, he just had a toss out at home plate as Bainter was thrown out earlier.
All kinds of action in this first half inning. And here I was expecting one of these fast bang, bang, bang games.
I don't think we're going to get that lucky today.
I don't think we are. Wombles works quickly, but she's having trouble finding the zone. So in steps Cody Nelson with the bases loaded, 2 outs. First pitch is swung on and fouled straight back. And it's 0-1.
Of course, Nelson, the catcher this evening.
Hitting .204. See if she can make a little noise here for the Western Wildcats. The next pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 2. Same pitch, same spot. Nelson couldn't catch up with it. Now 0-2, 2 outs, bases loaded for Western. Big early moment in this game. The pitch is grounded to the shortstop. Hill scoops, throws over to first too low. And big threats by the Wildcats, but they can't push a run across. No runs on 1 hit. A walk, a hit batsman. 3 left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the first. 0-0 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Sun Window Company, and Center Locker Service.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri. Member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Family Drug is your locally owned pharmacy, and their pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because just like you, they support their community. Family Drug, locally owned and hometown proud on Georgia Street in Louisiana.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Well, we're in the bottom of the first and still scoreless, but the Western definitely had some base runners left stranded there.
They did. A miscue on an error, had a player thrown out at the plate, a walk, and he hits batsman. So a little bit of everything in that first inning. So let's see what Pleasant Hill has to offer. They'll bring Wombles, Hill, and Peebles to the plate here in the top of the first. 17-5 their record. As we mentioned in the pregame, they will travel to Q&D for a triangular. Pittsfield will join them.
That's assuming Mother Nature doesn't bring in this rain they're talking about here over the weekend, or late tonight and tomorrow.
I think it's going to hold off till Sunday.
Are you?
Or Saturday night.
I hope so.
That's my prediction.
Well, you stand about as good a chance as anybody.
I was going to say I have 0 weatherman skills. First pitch is off the mark outside for a ball. Lynch on the mound for Western, Faith Lynch. And the next pitch is off the zone as well. She struck out 4, walked 13 with a 4.88 ERA. Doesn't quite have the velocity that Wombles does. And Wombles scoots up in the box. And the next pitch is low and called a strike. It's 2-1.
Going back on memory, Jim, which is, usually a problem for me anyway, but I'm pretty sure Lynch is who pitched against Pleasant Hill the first time they met.
Next pitch is ball down low, and it's 3-1 to Wombles. She's a junior hitting .610 for the season. That's a big average. And she drills the next pitch into left field. Line drive base hit for Wombles. That was a bullet.
That was.
And in steps Hannah Hill, the shortstop junior, hitting .347. A little harder to steal in softball than it is in baseball. You can't leave until the ball leaves the pitcher's hands, if you're not aware of that. And as I say that, low runs, or Rommel's runs, I should say, and she steals second, makes a liar out of me. First pitch, and she goes, and a runner in scoring position just like that with nobody out. And the first pitch was called a ball to Hill. Coach Lowe giving the signs down there in the third base coaching box. Next pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Evens the count at 1-1. Cooled off quite a bit, too.
It did. When we got here, it was sunny and about 73.
Yep, I pulled up, and so did the clouds. Next pitch, they're going to fake a bunt, and there's a throw to third on the steal, and she's going to be safe.
So just like that, back-to-back steals for Wombles.
Yeah, made a big-time liar out of me.
Yeah, it's all right.
Usually that's a fake bunt and steal, but she actually committed that time, so it's a strike, and the count is 1-2 on Hill. Next pitch is driven to left field on a line and caught. Runner tags. Here comes the throw to the plate, and she'll score. RBI for Hill. Driving in Wombles on a line drive right at the left fielder. Good base running by Wombles that time. And that puts Pleasant Hill on top 1-0 and brings Jade Peebles to the plate. Jade, the left fielder, takes the first pitch for a strike. She's a junior hitting .471. Lynch, a right-handed hurler. And that's drilled into center again, right at the center fielder. Line drive and caught. So it seems Pleasant Hill has Lynch timed up as they've hit the ball hard in all three at bats so far. 2 outs, however. And Kaylee Van Streen hitting .328. She's a junior, playing it short. And she hits one up in the air. It's going to stay in the ballpark, short center field, and caught. And that'll do it for the Pleasant Hill Wolves. But they score a run on a hit, a couple stolen bases, and nobody left on base. We'll go to the second with Pleasant Hill on top, 1-0 on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Loyalty Dogs, Crazy Ladies Garden Center, and Niebuhr Funeral Homes.
Welcome to Vast National Bank. How can I help you?
Hey, I'm here to talk to someone about a loan.
Oh, I'll grab you the L97B. We call it the Just Talking form.
What about actually applying for a loan?
Oh my, let me pop in the toner cartridge. Hey Bill, you want to pass me the big stapler?
Yeah, I'm just going to go to People's Savings Bank.
Skip the mega banks. When you need a loan, visit People's Savings Bank. The people you know and trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
1-0 as we head to the second. As Wombles finishes up her warm-up tosses. And she'll face the bottom three in the Western order with Emma Dixon, Lauren White, and Paige Wombles. Dixon hitting .382, and she is the designated player today. Yeah, we've got designated players, flex players. This softball, man, you got all kinds of stuff going on. Re-enter, courtesy runners.
I was going to say, we haven't even talked about the runners yet.
Dixon squares around, tries to bunt for a hit, but fouls it off.
So that tells me she's probably very quick out of the box.
That would be a sign, or it was the element of surprise. I used to bunt every once in a while.
A sack bunt, right?
No, for a hit, and it was an element of surprise.
No, for everybody.
Yeah. That sundial time device that I've got really, I made it spin. The next pitch is high in the zone, evens the count at 1-1.
See, I kind of wish that the slap bunting had come along when I was playing, because I think that would probably been a lot of fun to do.
That would have been you. Were you left-handed?
No. I just said it would be fun to do. I didn't say I was being good at it.
Next pitch called a strike. let her high strike.
And the Western faithful did not like it.
Yeah, had a little boo bird, I thought.
Uh-huh.
A softball game. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Wombles, and it's a little bit off speed pitch, but fouled back and out of play by Dixon. So she stays in the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the next pitch from Wombles. Swung on and missed. The first strikeout of the game for Wombles goes too low. And that'll bring in Lauren White, the right fielder for the Western Wildcats. Hitting .250. Where's number 16 on that all black uniform? As the dugout's fairly active over at least on the western side.
Yep, they're definitely chattering.
Only one player in the dugout for that I can see anyway for Pleasant Hill.
That's all I see as well.
Back to the concession stand. Maybe they'll bring us a bag of popcorn. They get that ball back. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed by White. It makes it 0-2. 1-0 our score. Pleasant Hill with a run in the bottom of the first. Western loaded the bases in the first. Couldn't push a run across, however, and had a player thrown out and runner thrown out at the plate. So a lot of opportunities in the upper part of that order. Next pitch is outside, a waste pitch by Wombles. Makes it 1-2. Pretty decent little field here at Pleasant Hill.
Nice.
Backstop's close, emblematic of Louisiana. And a 1-2 pitch fouled straight back by White. She'll be followed by Paige Wombles. If anybody can get on, they'll flip the order to Skylar Boehner, who led off the game with a line drive base hit up the middle. The 1-2 pitch from Ava Wombles. Off speed, and she tried to check her swing, but she went. And the second strikeout of the game makes it out number 2. And Paige Wombles, the center fielder, will step in. Hitting .264 so far this year, batting 9th. Now, most coaches like to have a second leadoff hitter in the 9-hole, so we'll see if she's fast. She'll take the first pitch at the knees. Kind of like this strike zone. It's kind of low, kind of high. You know, get the bat off your shoulders. Let's go. Go to swinging, ladies.
We're not here to watch everybody walk.
Not at all. Wombles. Drop ball down away, fouled back and out of play. So after a little bit of control issues late in the first inning for Wombles, she seems to have found her stride here a little bit in the bottom of the, or top of the second. And she's up on the count 0-2 to Paige Wombles. You think they're related?
I do.
A lot of Wombles over in this part of the country. Next pitch foul back as well. And out of play. Might as well just put somebody back there.
Yeah.
Most of the business is back behind
That's where
the
they seem to
plate.
be going. As long as they stop hitting this fence directly behind them. My poor camera's been bouncing on. It makes me nervous every time they hit it. So there's 3 cameras hanging up back here that one of them's going to go kaput.
The 0-2 pitch again is blasted to the left. Kiss that baby goodbye.
And we finally got it. We got our home run.
That was hit well, and add in this win, and it didn't hit any cars because it cleared the cars. And we're tied at 1 o'clock. 1-1. Wish it was 1 o'clock.
On Saturday. Taking us back in time on a Friday, dude.
Oh, hit an RBI and a scored run for Wombles. And we're even at 1 apiece here in the top of the second inning.
And back, as you mentioned, to the top is Skylar Boehner, who ended up getting thrown out at home plate after her single. Steps in.
That ball was blasted.
Yeah, it was. And it split the cars, too. So it's going to land in between them.
So in steps Boehner. She singled in the first. A line drive straight up the middle. And this one's a grounder to third. Picked up by Van Streen across the diamond too low. And that'll do it for the inning for Western, but not before they even the score at 1 apiece with a home run by Paige Wombles. That was the only hit of the inning and a run. And we'll go to the Bottom of the second, tied at 1. You're listening to Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Central State Bank of Illinois, Hanel's Service Station, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service, but did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
McKenna Winchell, McKinley Lowe, and Madison Daniels for Pleasant Hill here in the second. The first pitch is jam shot to the first baseman, and Stolte will take care of that unassisted at first for the first out of the inning.
In comes McKinley Lowe.
McKinley, the first baseman today, a junior, hits .381. I believe she's the coach's daughter, is she not?
She is.
And she'll take the first pitch on the outside corner for a strike.
And, you know, Jim, I did something that I can't tell you that I've ever done before. I spent the first game calling her by her mom's name. Not a sibling, her mom.
Oh. Well, I hope her mom was happy. Hope she had a good game.
She did. That was the Western game where she was lights out on the mound.
The 0-1 pitch is fouled out of play by Lowe, so she's in a hole 0-2 here in the bottom of the second with the score tied at 1. And she gets an off-speed pitch and swings and misses. Off-speed rise ball. You don't see that very often.
It was a first strikeout for Lynch this afternoon.
Nice little floater in there. And that'll bring up Madison Daniels, the second baseman, hitting .310. Another one of the many juniors. First pitch is a strike right down central. My suggestion would be Lynch is going to try and get ahead, get ready, and bust that first pitch.
Yep.
The next pitch is down and in for a ball. Makes it 1-1. 2 outs in the inning. We're tied 1-1. We're in the bottom of the second. Next pitch down and in to Daniels. On deck is Emma Henderson, the left fielder. Then Maddie Sidwell in the hole. Next pitch way outside for ball 3.
So I found the rest of the Pleasant Hill team. They're kind of outside the dugout.
Oh.
There's a whole bunch of them over there now.
Well, that's because they're not playing the field, Marianne.
Thanks, Jim.
A jam shot on the 3-1 pitch goes harmlessly foul down the first base line.
I meant they were sitting out there when they are in the field. There were several of them over there.
Oh, are they? Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to check that, make sure you're not seeing things.
Well, I see Malin sitting over here with her mom, and there was another one over behind the bleachers a little bit ago.
The full count pitch, ground ball to first. Another unassisted play by Stolte at first base. She takes care of 2 of the 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We're tied at 1, heading to the top of the third on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Cliff and Cara at Show Me Caviar and State Farm in Pittsfield.
On every journey, you should enjoy peace of mind. I'm Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance.
You want
Company.
these next
We
3?
take pride in keeping you protected. That's why we offer discounts for good students, safe driving, and more. Trust us to look out for the road ahead. For a free insurance quote on your home, auto, farm, or ATV needs, give myself or
Shelley Clucky
a call today. Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the square in Bowling Green.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing. the Mercantile Bank and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Okay, I'll confess. They are sitting outside the dugout.
They are. Now, I believe the one sitting I think she was behind the bleachers when I saw her last, so she wasn't sitting there. So there's 3 of them.
So we head to the top of the third, tied at 1. 2, 3, and 4 up for Western. Colegrove, McMullen, and McQuay.
So Colegrove grounded out to short back in the top of the first.
She's got 16 RBIs on the season, hitting .250. Wide stance and swings and misses. Takes a big cut at that first drop ball.
Yeah, she did. She was swinging for the fences, too.
She was. Down on the end of the bat. She's a taller gal. I don't have any of their ages, however. Next pitch is flown to right field. In from right is Sidwell, and she'll make the catch.
Well, now that you bring up right field, there's no one hitting a home run out to right field more than likely. They're going to have some height.
It's a double fence, so it's a 16-foot fence for one.
Yeah.
And the wind.
Yeah.
It's going to knock it into center. It may start in right and go out in center.
It could.
McMullen up. She reached on to fielder's choice, and she pops up on the infield. Ranging back is Hill, and she drops it.
Yeah.
Not the easiest of plays, but got it in the middle of her mitt and couldn't hold on. So the second error of the game for Pleasant Hill gives Western a base runner, and then steps their cleanup hitter hitting .451. Brindley McQuay, who walked in the first.
Hill kind of was running kind of funny. Looking back, as she was trying to keep an eye on it as it was high up in the air with this wind.
Well, there's a little ridge from
There
the
is.
dirt to the grass, so she had to deal with that as well, as the first pitch is down and out for ball 1 on McQuay. So not only did she deal with the wind, having to go back on the backhand side, then a little speed bump to go over, hit the middle of her glove, she couldn't corral it. The 1-0 pitch to McQuay, grounded off the end of the bat to first. They're going to try to go to second, and she changes her mind and flips it back to the second baseman who was covering. And that's a nice play, actually. So McQuay will advance the runner to second on a 3-4 ground out for the second out of the inning. And that'll give Brooklyn Stolte an RBI opportunity, who was hit by a pitch, hit her on the toe in the first inning.
Tell you what, at the beginning of the season, that would have been a little hurt because that would have been a lot colder.
Yes, it would have. McMullen at second, 2 outs. Stolte shows bunt. She isn't bunting here. And she takes strike 1 right on the outside corner. Thought I heard a little grunt from Wombles that time. Did you hear that?
I thought so, but then again, I also didn't know if you were just moving around over there.
Hey, did you see that? They got a K board on the
I see it.
on the fence there.
Yeah.
First I noticed that. So Womble steps off. She wants another sign. It's coming from the bench. Everybody's got the numbers and all that good stuff. Looks like they're giving the numbers to the catcher, and the catcher's actually calling the pitches. And the pitch is up and away. Check swing. Will they ask for help? Probably won't do much good because the first base umpire's over between short and third. They did ask, and he said no. I would argue that it was close. So 1-1 the count, I believe.
Yes, it is.
And the next pitch is grounded to short. Hill picks it up in the hole, across the diamond to first. A nice stretch by Lowe. And that'll do it for the Wildcats. They leave a runner on second. No hits in the inning. And we stay tied at 1-1. To the bottom of the third we go from Pleasant Hill on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Ackles Farm Market, and Northeast Missouri Title Company.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
1-1, Marianne, as we head to the bottom of the third. 8, 9, and 1 will bat for Pleasant Hill in Emma Henderson, Maddie Sidwell, then back to the top of the order, and Ava Wombles, who scored the single run for Pleasant Hill in this ball game. And the first pitch is up and away. One hit so far. That was by Wombles, and she scored the run on an RBI by Hannah Hill. And there's a ground ball to short. Boehner playing in close, throws it, and it's low throw, but Stolte with the scoop.
Nice glove from Stolte.
And out 6-3 for those of you who score at home.
That's right.
Which I'm sure is absolutely nobody.
That's okay.
Do you sit at home and keep score?
No, I don't.
Neither do I. Never have. Actually, I did do that one time in the Cardinals game on the computer, working on a program. In steps Maddie Sidwell, the right fielder. Takes the first pitch, as you could hear, for a strike.
Tell you what, Pleasant Hill definitely has some height on their softball team.
That they do. That they do. And there's a jam shot off the fist right back to the box. And Lynch to Stolte, 1-3 for the second out. And that'll bring in Ava Wombles, the leadoff hitter, with 2 outs.
Now, does she want to try and match Paige Wombles and put one over the fence in left field?
Make for interesting conversation at Christmas, right?
Could be.
If they're related and they get together. She'll take the first pitch high and away for a ball.
If not, it will definitely make for interesting conversation when they're on the basketball court.
That's a fact. The next pitch is a rise ball, maybe a change. It slipped out of her hand for ball 2. We're in the bottom of the third. 1-1 our score. Running the first for Pleasant Hill and a run in the second for Western. The 2-0 pitch is down and in, ball 3. 2 Wombles. Hannah Hill awaits. Wombles hitting a gaudy 6-10 for the season. Up in the front of the box to try and speed things up for her, and she'll take the 3-0 pitch for a strike. I would expect she'll look for the same pitch. It's the same location, let it fly, right?
That's right.
And it's down and away for ball 4.
So the first walk for Lynch.
To go with 1 strikeout in the game. And that'll bring in Hannah Hill, who hit a sacrifice fly after Womble singled and stole first and second. Let's see if she wants to run here with 2 outs. And she does not run. They were looking for it that time, but the pitch is high for a ball. Nelson jumped up ready to gun it out of her catching position. Hill hits 347. And the next pitch is a wild pitch behind the batter's feet on the ground. And that'll advance Wombles into scoring position. With 2 outs. Pretty decent crowd on hand
Yeah,
here.
there is. On both sides.
The next pitch is a strike. And it makes it 2-1. Jade Peebles on deck for Pleasant Hill, the 3-hitter.
Yeah, Hill hit this out to left field.
And grounds it down to third baseline. Nice grab by the third baseman. McMullen across the way for the out to Stolte. And the 5-3 put out ends the inning for Pleasant Hill. They don't have a hit in the inning. They do get a walk and a base runner, but don't score a run. So we stay tied at 1 apiece as we head to the 4th on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a Taste of Philly.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Well, a couple interesting developments in baseball over on the Missouri side of the river. Bowling Green beat Clopton last night, and Louisiana won their 4th in a row.
They did.
A bona fide win streak as they defeated Monroe City. They'll be back in action, I believe, on Monday.
Yes, they were
at home against Mark Twain.
Yeah, that sounds right. I was thinking, I think Louisiana was supposed to play Monroe City tonight, and they moved the game up, thinking it was going to rain.
That's right. So we've had 2 Friday night baseball games. Now we have a Friday night softball game.
Yeah.
And in steps Cody Nelson, followed by Dixon and White for Western. We're in the 4th. We're tied at 1. Womble's still on the mound. She throws the first pitch for a strike. She is small in stature, but she flies off that rubber. She's got pretty good velocity. Thought I felt a drop of rain. I felt a drop of rain.
I will say that I may see a couple drops on my computer over here. So
I don't have anything rain gear wise. Next pitch is a ball. Evens count at 1-1. And now the next pitch is popped up on the infield behind the first baseman. And a nice play by Lowe. She did a pirouette and found the ball finally and makes the catch from her first base spot for the first out. That'll bring up the DP, Emma Dixon. She struck out swinging in the first, or I should say in the second, as we are in the 4th now.
We are.
Womble's a 3.06 ERA on the season, throws the first pitch for a strike. Getting ahead, that's always a good thing. It was a 3 raindrop sprinkle.
I hope that's it.
Next pitch is a ball.
It can rain all at once we're home.
I looked at the radar and there wasn't much going on. But we're in that time of season where those little pop-up things happen. The next pitch is grounded down the third base line and a kick save by Coach Skirvin. A little grayness behind us. That's not a good sign.
No, not really. And if you look over at my computer, we've had more than 3.
You got anything to cover that bad boy up with?
Nope.
That's trouble.
Yep.
The 1-2 pitch from Wombles. A grounder back to the pitcher. Wombles scoops those to first too low for the second out. 1-3 on the put out. And that'll bring in Lauren White, who struck out on a check swing back in the second inning.
I got to tell you, Jim, if it starts raining while we're here, I'm going to consider it a little bit of a complex because last time I was here is when Louisiana played Pleasant Hill Western, and it just poured.
And I'll be more than happy to blame you.
I know you will.
Lauren White hitting .250 on the season. Swings and misses at the first pitch, down and in. Where's number 16? Got some eye black on. War paint, as I like to call it. And the 0-1 pitch is a drop ball and swung on and missed by White. Makes it 0-2.
Chasing down low.
See if she can put the ball in play here on the 0-2 count. And Wombles tries to waste one. It was a little bit high, maybe.
Winchell did a nice job trying to frame that up.
You know what a framed pitch is?
When we put
a ball. If it's a strike, you don't have to frame it, right?
Very good.
My son and I have a big argument about that all the time. And there's the 1-2 pitch, down and away, called a ball. Evens the count at 2-2.
Brendan hasn't learned yet not to argue with you?
No.
Okay.
You know how they are. The older they get, the smarter they get, right? Or so they think.
So they think.
So I thought, anyway. The 2-2 pitch is grounded to short. Slow roller picked up by Hill across to low. And that'll do it for the top of the fourth for Western. Nothing doing for the Wildcats in this fourth inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. To the bottom of the fourth we go, still tied at 1 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Castile's Color Wheel, PJ's Salon, and Meyer Implement Company.
At Central State Bank, you're not just an account. You're a person with hopes, dreams, and family that you work hard to provide for, which is why at Central State Bank, they work hard with checking and savings accounts, business and personal loans, along with investments. It's because when it comes right down to it, banking isn't simply about money. It's about helping people make their dreams come true. Central State Bank, central to your banking needs with locations in Pleasant Hill, Pittsfield, Kinderhook, Quincy, and Clayton. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Peebles, Van Streen, and Winchell for Pleasant Hill. 1-1 count on Jade Peebles, and she grounds it to short to Boehner, over across the diamond to Stolte. And both shortstops have been busy today. The first out. Peebles and Van Streen, who's up at this moment, both fly to center back in the first inning. Winchell on deck for Pleasant Hill. 1-1 our score. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Jim Ross, Marianne Everhart, glad to have you with us here on Eagle 102 and KJFMradio.com. Pitch is low for ball 1, I believe.
You are correct.
Winchell, Van Streen, the third baseman, takes the next pitch up and away for ball 2. Hitting .328. Another one of the many juniors on this club for Pleasant Hill.
I hope for Pleasant Hill's sake, they've got a good underclassman coming up.
And Van Streen takes one off the left knee for the first hit batsman of the game by Lynch. First base runner of the inning. With one out, in steps McKenna Winchell, the catcher. Another one of those tall players you're referring to. She grounded out the first. Back to lead off the second. It takes the first pitch for a strike. Van Streen probably not a threat to run. Go down to first to make sure to keep her close on the next pitch, and it's 2 strikes and no balls on Winchell in the hole.
Lynch is hitting that outside corner, and Winchell's going to have to defend.
Little change-up rise, and she gives that pitch away. If you watch, she'll have a knuckle up, and when she cranks it, you can see it. Shouldn't give that secret away, should I?
Probably not, but
foul back on the 1-2 pitch. Or is it 0-2? You're keeping track of that. I'm not that smart. I can't do that.
Yes, you can.
I get confused. You got that fancy dancy scorebook, though. The 0-2 pitch is popped up on the infield and grabbed by Lynch. Nice running catch by the pitcher. If that thing hit the ground, it was going to spin all the way back foul, I bet you.
Oh, I guarantee it.
So with 2 outs and a runner on first, McKinley Lowe steps in. first pitch is a strike. She stuck out swinging in the second.
Yeah, she's the only strikeout Lynch has had today.
That's a fact. Van String still on first. Grounded foul right at the Pleasant Hill dugout. And tracked down by the left fielder. Daddy coach says, hit the ball to right center field. Quit pulling everything. Come on, Dad.
And you know every daughter standing there saying, what do you think I'm trying to do?
Easier said than done. Right?
Absolutely.
Get a bat, Dad. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Lynch. And it hits her on the same knee that Peebles was hit on. Second hit batsman of the game and of the inning. And all of a sudden, Pleasant Hill has a runner in scoring position.
She kind of rubbed it a little bit. Like that might have smarted a little bit. Looked like she was. Her thigh was tight.
Might have hit in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
Madison Daniels steps in, hitting .310. She popped up to the grounded out to the first baseman and takes the first pitch for a strike. The second baseman for Pleasant Hill. 2 outs, 2 on for Pleasant Hill. We're in the bottom of the fourth, tied at 1. Daniels takes the next pitch off the plate outside, making it 1-1. Pleasant Hill Wolves flags hanging on top of the fence about every, what would that be, 15 feet, I guess?
Maybe. Sounds about right.
Next pitch is jam shot. Is it going to get over the shortstop's head? It does. And a base hit for Daniels loads the bases. Not deep enough to get the runner in from second. But it will load the bases with 2 outs for Emma Henderson, who grounded out to short to lead off the third. Emma hitting .300 so far this year. The left fielder. She's coiled up in her stance and takes the first pitch for a strike.
This is the first time Pleasant Hill's had runners on all the bases.
It is.
They've only had 2 on earlier.
They'd only had 1 hit.
Yep.
Fly ball into short center. Coming in is Wombles, and she makes the catch to finish off Pleasant Hill here in the 4th inning. A hit, 2 hits, batsman, 3 runners left on base, but no runs across. We're tied at 1 as we head to the 5th on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Sun Window Company, and Center Locker Service.
Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice is seeking compassionate nurses to join our work family. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and flexible scheduling. Don't wait. Apply today at pikecountyhealth.org.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Well, Marianne, both teams have 2 hits. Both teams have 1 run as we head to the top of the 5th. And the culprit of that 1 run will lead off the inning for the Western Wildcats, Paige Wombles, who hit a bomb of a home run back in the 2nd.
And I think, after I think about it a little bit more, I believe she might be a senior this year.
Well, I couldn't find anything that had the ages of the Western players on it.
Well, what I'm going off of is simply the graduation salutes that we have running on air right now, that I believe Superintendent Darren Powell does mention her name, I think.
Well, you can't trust that Darren Powell guy.
Well, you know.
So you got to kind of
watch him occasionally. I know.
Watch him like a hawk. Here comes Wombles with Wombles against Wombles, I should say. As the first pitch is in the dirt from Ava to Paige. Can't help but coming to Pleasant Hill and think of the long-time Pleasant Hill basketball coach, Harry Waggy. He was a town greeter, used to sit out on his carport and wave at everybody.
Just wave at everybody?
He Might have been doing a few other things too while he was sitting there, but next pitch down and in. Wombles jumps out of the way. We haven't had a left-handed batter in this game.
We have not.
That's unusual. All right-handed batters. Both pitchers are right-handed. And a 2-0 pitch to Wombles. She's sitting on another something right down the middle. And it's high and away. She'll take it for ball 3. Wombles reaches. Well, whether she reaches or not, we're going back to the top of the order with Boehner and Callgrove. 3-0 the count. Ava with the pitch right down central. A little batting practice drop ball that time to stay in the count at 3-1. Wind still blowing out to left. The next pitch is down in the zone for ball 4. Second walk of the game for Ava Wombles to go along with a hit batter. And Skylar Boehner will step in. She singled in the first, grounded out to third in the second. Hitting .464, and she's driven in 20 runs. See if Wombles wants to run. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Good drop ball that time on the outside corner.
That classic car sitting out there in direct center field, I would be very nervous if I owned that vehicle.
I would too.
There's no way you could get me to park my car there.
I'd be parked over there by behind that 16-foot fence.
Uh-huh.
Next pitch fouled straight back by Boehner. Right on that pitch. Just under it. Makes it 0-2. Wombles Page showing no signs of wanting to run over at first. The 0-2 pitch from Wombles. Rise ball up and out of the zone. Pretty good waist pitch there. Boehner didn't offer at it, however. Skylar still has her sunglasses on. Maybe it's some of those sunglasses that makes it brighter out, huh?
Could be.
The 1-2 pitch. Drop ball down and away, swing and a miss. Good pitch that time by Wombles. Gets the pesky Boehner for the first out of the inning. Third strikeout of the game, if my scorekeeping is correct.
Well, that's what I have, so surely between the two of us, we'll get close, right?
Yeah, close would be right. Carly Callgrove in, McMullen on deck for Western. Callgrove grounded out to short and flew out to right, and she hits that first pitch off the end of the bat and foul. Off the right side. Nobody could get to it. Makes it 0-1. 250 hitter with 16 RBIs. She wears number 40. And she's got BG on her helmet. Wonder what that is. Looks like a Bowling Green Bobcat helmet. Swing and a miss.
It does, but I didn't want to say that since it's red and black.
And it's 0-2. Runner on first, 1 out. We're tied at 1 in the top of the 5th. The next pitch is chunked towards center and gets over the shortstop's head, but the second baseman steps on second. Alert play that time by Daniels. Yes. Hill got her glove on it, knocked it down, and it stayed right there, and Daniels picked it up and forced Wombles at second for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring in McMullen. McMullen reached on a fielder's choice and reached on an error in this game so far, and she flies one to center, ranging back and making a nice running catch is Peebles in center field to end the inning. So after the leadoff walk, nothing doing for the Western Wildcats. We stay tied at 1, heading to the bottom of the 5th on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Loyalty Dogs, Crazy Ladies Garden Center, and Niebuhr Funeral Homes.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports comes health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at PCMH, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green Clopton and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Eric Schaefer, certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
9-1-2 for Pleasant Hill as they try to break this 1-1 tie in the bottom of the fifth inning. It'll be Sidwell, Wombles, and Hill. The first pitch fouled back off to the right and out of play. That hit something.
I think it's a concession stand back there.
Sidwell grounded back to the pitcher in the third. And her first at bat. This one's popped up down the right side. First baseman ranges over off her fingertips and popped right out of her glove to Stolte.
Yep. She was almost trying to hold her face mask on a little bit. So if it's slipping on her or not.
So an error will give Sidwell a second chance with 2 strikes in this bottom of the fifth inning. Sidwell, I think you mentioned she was the first tall person you discussed, wasn't she?
She was.
Up in the front of the box, and that little rise ball change is down and in for a ball. Makes it 1-2. Lynch has had trouble controlling that one. She's hit 2 batters with it so far in this game. The 1-2 pitch is a drop ball off the zone and high, making it 2-2.
Couple raindrops falling again.
A strikeout, a walk, and 2 hit batsmen for Faith Lynch. She's only given up 2 hits and 1 run, though. The next pitch, fly ball to right field. Ranging back is White, and she'll make the catch for Western for the first out of the inning. And back to the top of the order. And Abel Womble, she singled in the first and walked in the third. She scored the only run of the game for Pleasant Hill.
That was top of the first.
It was. Led the game off with a single, stole 2 bases, and scored on a sac fly by Hannah Hill. The first pitch is high and for a ball with 1 out here in the fifth. As it cools off a little bit again.
It did.
What the heck? It was warm this afternoon.
Well, the sun was out too.
Next pitch down and in. She takes that for a ball as well. Makes it 2-0. As we mentioned, Pleasant Hill in action tomorrow in a triangular at QND along with Pittsfield in Quincy. The 2-0 pitch is down and in, ball 3. Low way up in the front of the box. That's what you do against a really good rise ball pitcher or somebody that maybe isn't throwing as hard as you've seen in the past. Let's see what she does with the 3-0 pitch. She'll take it right down the middle for strike 1.
And I liked the nod from Ava Womble. Like, yep, sure was.
Yep. Now get ready to go, huh? The 3-1 pitch is ball 4. Up and away. Second walk of the game. Second time Wombles has walked, and that'll bring in Hannah Hill with the sac fly, as I mentioned, and she grounded out the third in the third inning. Wombles a threat to steal. Has 2 stolen bases in the game already. I'm guessing they're going to pay a little closer attention to her as the first pitch is high and away for a ball.
I don't know that we've seen Nelson throw down to second yet, have we?
Just on that first steal. Yeah, that was it. The 1-0 pitch to Hill is outside for ball 2. So all of a sudden Lynch having a little trouble finding the zone. The 2-0 pitch with one out is driven into center. Line drive base hit, and it scoots by the center fielder, and Wombles will head to third. And it's a single with an error on the center fielder for Hill, but it puts runners at second and third for Pleasant Hill with one out. And their third place hitter, second leading hitter on the team, Jade Peebles, steps to the plate. She flew out to center and grounded to short. That was in the fourth inning. One out in the inning. First pitch high and away for a ball. As the wind starts to pick up again.
Yep. We just have a couple more innings, Mother Nature. Let us get through.
Yeah. Next pitch up and away again. Ball 2. Don't know if many home runs hit by Pleasant Hill this year. Wombles has hit 4. Peebles has hit 2. And she'll take the 2-0 pitch right down central for strike 1. Hill at second, Wombles at third for Pleasant Hill. One out in the inning. We're in the 5th. The next pitch swung on and missed by Hill. And it evens the count at 2-2. 1-1 still our score. Running the first for Pleasant Hill, and that's been it. The next pitch is fouled straight back. Keeping the count at 2-2. Kaylee Van Streen is on deck. And she'll get a chance to hit without something crazy happening with a double play. The 2-2 pitch is a jam shot. It'll get into left field over the shortstop's head. It'll drive in the run and put Pleasant Hill on top. 2-1. Fought off that inside pitch, did Peebles, and was strong enough to get it on the green grass for the hit and the RBI.
So Van Streen steps in.
Hill moved to third, so we have runners at first and third with one out. Big inning brewing here, and there's a line drive base hit by Van Streen, and it's in the gap. The center fielder dove for it, couldn't come up with it, and 2 runs are going to score on the Van Streen double. A bullet that time and went all the way to the fence. Center fielder Wombles did what she could to try and corral it. It dove at it to try and knock it down, couldn't get there, and it goes all the way to the wall. And a 3 spot for Pleasant Hill here in the 5th, and they lead it 4-1 with a runner on second and still just one out. The first pitch fouled straight back to Winchell, who's grounded to first and popped up to the pitcher. And Winchell hitting 355 on the season. Another duck on the pond out there. The next pitch is low. Doesn't get far enough away from the catcher for Van Streen to advance, but it evens the count at 1-1. Still just one out in the inning.
Oh, when these two met last time, I think it was a 5-1 score.
I believe you're right. 3 across here in the 5th for Pleasant Hill. They lead it 4-1 now. And the next pitch is swung on and missed by Winchell, making it 1-2. Got some advice from Dad. Did you hear that? Quit thinking about it. Just hit it. Down and in is the next pitch, making it 2-2. Again, we're in the 5th inning. The bottom of the 5th from Pleasant Hill City Park. 4-1 our score. Runner on second, one out. The 2-2 pitch is fisted into left field for the base hit. It won't drive in the run, as Van Streen will make it into third safely.
So runners at the corners.
A bunch of jam shots that are just barely eluding the shortstop Boehner. But it puts runners on first and third, and McKinley Lowe will come to the plate, who struck out and was hit by a pitch so far.
As you mentioned, still only one out.
First pitch up and away for a ball.
I tell you, it's kind of surprised I didn't see Winchell go ahead and take second.
I was thinking the same thing. Not likely they'll throw down there. Next pitch is a ball. Up and away, 2-0. Now Lowe's looking for something she likes. Lynch winds and fires, and it hit off the knob. I thought it hit her on the forearm, but Lowe had that weird look on her face. What happened?
Yeah, where'd it go?
Right off the bottom of the knob of the bat. Don't see that every day.
I thought maybe it had hit her wrist when I first saw it.
Making it 2-1. The next pitch, flown to left, deep to left. Will it get out of here? It does. A 3-run bomb by McKinley Lowe blows this game wide open. To left center, and pretty much a no-doubter once it got up into that wind, Marianne.
No, we talked about this during the pregame, that the wind was going to play a big key in this matchup.
It did, but she got a good piece of that. I'm thinking that's going to go out, wind or not. So 6 runs here in this 5th inning, and still just 1 out with nobody on for Madison Daniels. And somehow it missed the cars.
It did. I'm impressed.
They're living dangerously out there.
They are.
Daniel with a single and a ground out in the game, pops it to second. It's going to be caught on a nice running, juggling catch by Wombles. The second baseman didn't think she could get to it, but Wombles came from center field running full steam and makes a great running catch for the second out of the inning.
I was going to say, she was able to hold on to it. As she was nervous. You could see her trying to get that second hand over to try and, trap it in the glove as she was continuing to move.
Yes, she was. So that'll bring in Emma Henderson as they've batted around in the inning. Have the Wolves. They've scored 6 runs and blown this game open as they lead it 7-1. Henderson takes the first pitch for a strike. Flew out to center and grounded to short. This one's a ground ball to the third baseman. Nice scoop by McMullen across to Stolte. Nice stretch by her. And that'll end the inning. So a little work to be done for the Western Wildcats as Pleasant Hill scores 6. They had 4 hits. The big hit, a 3-run bomb, home run by McKinley Lowe. And they lead it 7-1 heading to the 6th on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Central State Bank of Illinois, Hanel's Service Station, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri, member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Family Drug is your locally owned pharmacy, and their pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because just like you, they support their community. Family Drug, locally owned and hometown proud on Georgia Street in Louisiana.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Well, Pleasant Hill looking to protect this lead now as they bring in Emily Lowe for the save, I guess we could say. They move Peebles over to first and Wombles out to center field here in the top of the 6th.
That'll close the book for Ava Wombles. She pitched 5 full innings, gave up 2 hits. 1 run, 1 earned run, walked 2, struck out 3, and hit a batter. And McKinley Lowe looks to try and shut things down as Brunley McQuay, the cleanup hitter, comes in. And the first pitch is a rise ball for a ball. Lowe throws a lot of rise balls. and has nice velocity. As McQuay steps back in. The next pitch is a strike. I think I said Pleasant Hill had 4 hits in the inning. They actually scored 6 runs on 5 hits in the bottom of the 5th. We are in the 6th. Western with their work cut out for them, trailing 7-1. Lowe's next pitch is a rise ball up and away. Good eye by McQuay to not offer it that rise ball. All rise balls so far from Lowe. Lowe has some gaudy pitching credentials. The next pitch swung on and missed by McQuay. A 1.67 ERA with 205 strikeouts versus 7 walks.
Wow.
That's pretty gaudy, isn't it?
That is. That's nasty is what that is.
So the 1-2 pitch is a swung on and missed, and there's another strikeout for Lowe. She's got the stuff. I listened to one of the games you all called of hers, and she would seem to be the real deal and just a junior. Another not very tall person. We've mentioned a lot of tall kids on Pleasant Hill, but she is not one of them, and she flies off the rubber just like Wombles did. And that rise ball's up and away for ball 1. 2, Brooklyn Stolte. Stolte was hit by a pitch and grounded too short in her 2 trips so far today. The 0-1 pitch is a drop ball right down the middle. I haven't seen one of those until now.
No, Stolte thought about it and then pulled back, and now kind of probably wishing she'd swung on through.
Stolte, the first baseman, hitting 208.
She's done a nice job stretching it out over on first on a couple things.
The next pitch is a curveball. For strike 2 is a swing and a miss by Stolte. 1 out in the inning. We're in the 6th. Pleasant Hill leads at 7-1, scoring 6 in the bottom of the 5th. And that next pitch fouled straight back and out of play.
That includes a 3-run home run from the pitcher, McKinley Lowe.
Lowe hands the bat to the batter as she'd come in. That's good sportsmanship, I guess.
They've all been pretty friendly.
They have. Well, if they played basketball together, you'd think they kind of know each other.
Sometimes you talk a little smack to the people you know.
Well, I guess that's just Marianne Everhart. I'm a nice person.
No,
I'd never do that.
No.
The 1-2 pitch is fouled straight back again by Stolte. She hangs tough.
I mean, let's be honest. How many years did we watch Clopton and Ellsbury boys battle it out? They were playing football together, and then on the basketball court, it was just as nasty as it was on the football field.
Well, that is a fact. That is a fact. Stolte, 1-2 against Lowe. Lowe, the right-hander, looking for something different. And is Stolte going to step out? Nope, she's going to stay in there as Lowe takes her time, and it's a rise ball up and in. Ball 2.
Well, I saw Lowe talking. I don't know who she was talking to, if she was talking to Winchell, if she was talking to Coach.
I'm guessing she was saying, I don't like that pitch.
Possibly.
And it's 2-2. Well, I thought it was. I guess it's 1-2. A swung on and missed. It doesn't matter. As Stolte, the second strikeout victim of the inning. And in walks Cody Nelson.
And just so you know, you were right. It was 2-2.
Nelson grounded out to short, popped out to the first baseman in her 2 trips. And she is the catcher if you're just joining us. 2 outs in the 6th. Swung at a rise ball a foot over her head.
Yeah, but it looked good leaving Lowe's hand.
Yeah, that's the thing about a rise ball.
I know it.
The 0-1 pitch from Lowe. Another rise ball, and Nelson tries to bunt it, but fouls it straight back, so she's in the hole 0-2. 7-1 our score. We're in the 6th. as Marianne adjusts the camera for those of y'all watching.
Yeah, we'll keep getting a little smack there by the ball when they foul it off. I still think it's off center, but that's okay.
That rise ball, even I couldn't reach it as it's up against the screen.
And now they're really knocking the camera around.
And it's 2-2. With 2 outs in the inning, both strikeouts so far by Lowe as she's in on relief of Wombles. Wombles set up to get the win. There's a ground ball back to the pitcher, fielded by Wombles over to first for the out. And that'll do it for the 6th inning. Nothing doing for the Western Wildcats. Pleasant Hill will come to the plate in the bottom of the 6th, leading 7-1 on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Cliff and Cara at Show Me Caviar and State Farm in Pittsfield.
This is Tara Grody, and People's Savings Bank is excited to announce the Bobcat debit card. People's Savings Bank believes in giving back to the communities we serve, and that begins with the school district. Every time you use your Bobcat debit card as a credit, People's Savings Bank will give the school district 5 cents. That may not sound like a lot of money, but since starting this program 6 years ago, PSB has been able to give back over $120,000. Open an account online at ourpsb.com or stop by our branch. We are the one with a bright blue roof. Start earning the Bowling Green School District money today just by using your debit card. Member FDIC.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Looks like we got change in pitchers here as well.
We are, and that'll close the book on Faith Lynch. 5 innings for her, 7 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned, 2 walks to go with a strikeout, and 2 hit batsmen. And it looks like the new pitcher will be Lauren White. Does that sound right to you?
I believe it is.
So, I'm guessing Lynch has gone to the bench and someone has come in to play.
Well, who was her? I bet it's.
Oh, maybe not. She was a flex player.
She was, yep.
So she just leaves the game and the lineup stays the same.
And we've got a hitter here. Here's Mowen batting now.
The Sloan senior is going to get it at bat. Well, good for her.
Haley? Is that what you told me her first name was?
Haley Meyer Mowen, yes. Batting for Sidwell. Honored her before the game as the only senior. Chokes up on the bat. And takes the first 2 for balls and the next for a strike. In the bottom of the 6th. And the next pitch in tight. She jumps out of the way. 4, ball 3. 3-1. White looks like she's got a rise ball and a drop ball. And a rise ball swung on a miss. She likes to throw that rise ball just like Chloe does, huh?
It looks like it.
Got pretty good velocity, though.
She does.
Full count to Meyer Mowen, and she swings and misses for the first out of the inning. And that'll get us back to the top of the order, and Abel Wombles.
Ava has been around to touch home plate twice this game.
That she has. And she'll take the first pitch for a strike. She's got a hit to go with a couple of walks and 2 stolen bases for her work today. And she fouls the 0-1 pitch straight back, making it 0-2. Actually, bringing in White is good for Pleasant Hill as they'll go tomorrow to Q&D. And because White, with a little bit more velocity, emblematic of what they'll probably see tomorrow. Change up grounded to short. Boehner to Stolte for the out.
Again, Stolte did a nice stretch there, holds on to that one for the second out.
And that'll bring in Hannah Hill for Pleasant Hill. She's got a hit, scored a run, a sacrifice fly for an RBI, so she's driven in a run and grounded out the third. She's been busy as well. First rise ball is up against the screen from White.
They're killing me here.
Yes, they are. The 1-0 pitch is fisted to the shortstop. Boehner 6-3 again. As I mentioned, the shortstops have been busy, so that'll do it for the 6th for Pleasant Hill. Nothing doing for them at all. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. So a good inning for Lauren White. And Western needs some runs in the 7th. They trail 7-1 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Ackles Farm Market, and Northeast Missouri Title Company.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Well, it's the bottom 3 in the order for Western here in the 7th inning. They trail 7-1. A big inning for Pleasant Hill in the 5th. They scored 6. They scored a run in the 1st. Western answered that with a home run by Paige Wombles in the 2nd. And then the 6 runs spearheaded by a 3-run blast by McKinley Lowe for Pleasant Hill, makes it 7-1.
I feel like there was some more switching in the outfield. I see Mowen out in right field, but that's not Wombles over in center field, so I'm not sure where everybody's at now.
Is that number 10? Abby Henderson playing center, it looks like. Okay. And the first pitch is fouled back by Emma Dixon. Struck out and grounded back to pitcher. Sorry.
No, I'm looking at my camera again.
You need to find a different plan, huh?
Well, I thought I had a pretty good one.
How's that working for you?
Not well.
We're in the 7th. Next pitch is a rise ball on the outside corner, maybe more of a curveball that time. And it's 0-2 on Emma Dixon, the designated player. Lowe struck out 2 of the 3 she faced in the last inning, and swing and miss. It goes back to the screen. Catcher Winchell throws to first for the first out of the inning. For Pleasant Hill, strikeout number 3 for McKinley Lowe. I want to say in one of the games y'all did McKinley Lowe have like 15 or 16 strikeouts in the game?
Oh, yeah.
In steps Lauren White, the new pitcher for Western. And she swings and misses. She struck out and grounded to short in her 2 at-bats so far. 2 hits in the game for Western. One was a big one, a home run, as White squares around and takes a strike 2 on a rise ball right at the belt, making it 0-2. Lowe back on the rubber, aims and fires, and a swing and a miss. She struck her out.
Western down to their final out.
They are.
With Paige Wombles.
Well, Paige had the big blast of the game for Western back in the 2nd, a solo shot home run. A bomb, I might add. Scored the only run, drove in the only run, and has one of the 2 hits to go along with a hit by Skylar Boehner. First pitch is a rise ball right down the middle for a strike. 2 outs in the 7th. 1 out remaining for Western. Another rise ball swung on and missed by Wombles. Makes it 0-2.
Down to that final strike here.
That they are. Low, throwing smoke. See if she wants to go straight at her. She does, and it's strike 3. She strikes out the side, and that'll do it for the ball game. Strikeout number 5 for Low. And Pleasant Hill wins this game 7-1. We'll be back with totals and highlights after this on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM.
Well, a briskly played game, very competitive game until we got to the 5th inning when Pleasant Hill blew this open with a 6-run frame. Pleasant Hill wins it 7-1. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 errors, and 5, I should say, left on base for Western. 7 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors, and 4 left on base for Pleasant Hill. Ava Wombles gets the win. Faith Lynch with the loss. 1 hour and 30-minute game.
We'll take it every time.
Right on the money. Just what you ordered. And Marion, it was a great competitive game. Lynch kept Pleasant Hill off balance through the first 4 innings, but then they got to her in the 5th.
They did, and I tell you what, I echoed your thoughts on bringing White in. Western did, as Pleasant Hill's going to take this momentum into that triangular tomorrow, where you're going to take on a tough QND and Pittsfield matchup. And Lowe got in there, pitched 2 innings basically for Pleasant Hill, so she's not getting cold, we'll say, because I think this is the only game they played this week. They were supposed to play, I think, on Tuesday or Wednesday against Griggsville Perry, and that game got canceled. So they'll have a couple games tomorrow, and get them ready for Triopia on Monday, and then very quickly they're into their postseason beginning on Wednesday, May 17th, as both these teams made it all the way to the semifinals already.
So Pleasant Hill raises their record to 18-5. Western drops to 12-6-1, and they'll be in action on Monday
at North Green.
Let's take our final break. We'll be back and wrap things up here from Pleasant Hill on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
At Central State Bank, you're not just an account. You're a person with hopes, dreams, and family that you work hard to provide for, which is why at Central State Bank, they work hard to help you with checking and savings accounts, business and personal loans, along with investments. It's because when it comes right down to it, banking isn't simply about money. It's about helping people make their dreams come true. Central State Bank, central to your banking needs, with locations in Pleasant Hill, Pittsfield, Kinderhook, Quincy, and Clayton. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Let's take a quick look at some final stats. A couple of RBI leaders, Van Streen with 2 RBIs and Lowe with 3 RBIs in that 5th inning that helped blow this thing open for Pleasant Hill as they scored 6 runs in that 5th to blow open a 1-1 game, and they win it 7-1. And Marianne, your final thoughts?
You know, as Maddie and I talked about during the first matchup between these two, that we were anxious for the rematch, and the rematch lived up to everything we were hoping for. I think both these teams are going to have success moving into the postseason, and really, you know, with the talent that we saw here today, both of them look like they're going to have a good returning core next year.
A lot of fun. Glad to have you with us. Marianne, glad I could join you.
Always a pleasure. And remember, we've got more action coming your way next week, so stay tuned to Eagle 102, KJFMradio.com, the KJFM Radio app, and as always, on Alexa.
For Marianne Everhart and Brennan back at the station, this is Jim Ross saying so long till next time.
You've been listening to Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Join us each week as we bring you the best of area high school sports on air at 102.1, online at KJFMradio.com, and on the KJFM Radio app. You can find a full recap of scores online and daily during Eagle 102 Sports, all from your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.